A quick hello, my name is Helen, Wheelock, and over here I got two fabulous partners. Over here I got
Kemba, Lodescar.
teacher.
Teacher.
Well, it's about time, I'm just saying. Okay, and over here we got.
Hi everyone, I'm Channie, and I'll be joining you today.
So I'm going to do a little preamble, because, and that's what the big book's for. So today we're thinking about ourselves. Not our young people, we love them, but we're just going to pick them up and we're going to let go and put them over there. Because in theater, I think we often talk about acting skills and being very connected to storytelling skills. And we do a lot of work on them and don't have necessarily some time to reflect on our own storytelling skills. Same thing, we do a lot of story building activities. You know, we're like, once upon a time, there was, like all that stuff, which is not necessarily storytelling and story building, but, and it sort of came out of my understanding of what are the levels of skills it takes to be a storyteller. And in particular, how you can use those storytelling skills as a way to engage. Engage our young people. So how are we not just the activities that we're doing, but how we're leading them. So today we're just going to focus on some skill building activities for our own storytelling skill development. And then we can reapply them other places, wherever you want to, maybe even in your classroom. Yeah, that's it. But now we're going to invite you to stand on up because Kemba's going to get us out of lunch and into the present.
I hope this is a good idea. I just ate. Not so sure about that. Not so sure about the jumping right now, but we're gonna make it work. All right. I love this activity because it not only gets us warmed up, our voices, our bodies, but it also gives us a chance to learn about each other, right? So this is how we're gonna do it. I'll just model. The words are written on the chart for your reference. All right. So it goes like this: jump in, jump out. Turn yourself around. I said jump in, jump out. Introduce yourselves. So let's all try that bit before I go to the second part. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Jump in, jump out. Turn yourself around. I said jump in, jump out. Introduce yourself. And the first person will go. I will model as I say the first little bit. So for example, my name is. You're going to support me by saying yeah. All right? And I like. You're going to say, yeah. Then I will say, it goes like this. So I'm going to do an action to the thing that I like. You're going to say, yeah. Then you will join in and copy my action and say, all right, all right, all right. All right?
All right, all right.
All right, so let's give it a little quick go. Here we go. You want to bring high energy in the circle. My name is Kemba.
Yeah.
And I like singing.
Yeah.
It goes like this. Yeah. Then we do it together. We do, all right, all right, all right. Got it? All right, so we're going to go one after the other. My name is, and I like, it goes like this. I'll stop at some point and say, all right, let's jump in. We're going to all jump in, jump out, turn yourself around, right? But the idea is to one after the other, just get into the circle, high energy. We get to know something about you, and we copy. All right, so if we want to take just 2 seconds to think about our activity, what we like, the movement, and then we'll get started. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. All right, great. So let's try it again with me, and then we will go this way. Is that okay? Yeah? All right. My name is Kemba.
Yeah.
And I like singing.
Yeah.
It goes like this.
Yeah. All right, all right, all right.
My name is Lise.
Yeah.
I like horse riding.
Yeah.
It goes like this.
Yeah.
All right, all right, all right.
My name is Nan.
Yeah.
And I like dancing.
Yeah.
It goes like this.
Yeah.
All right, all right, all right.
My name is Helen.
Yeah.
I like the scuba.
Yeah.
It goes like this.
Yeah.
All right, all right, all right.
My name is Luke.
Yeah.
And I like sleep.
Yeah.
It goes like this.
Yeah. All right, all right, all right.
My name is Ken.
Yeah.
I like ghost busting.
Yeah.
It goes like this.
Yeah. All right, all right, all right.
My name is Nick.
Yeah.
I like baseball.
Yeah.
It goes like this.
Yeah. All right, all right, all right.
Jump in and jump in.
like chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
It goes like this.
Yeah. All right, all right, all right.
My name is Irene.
Yeah.
And I like hot pot.
Yeah.
And it goes like this.
Yeah. All right, all right, all right.
My name is Laura.
Yeah.
I like to read.
Yeah.
It goes like this.
Yeah. All right, all right, all right.
My name is Callie.
Yeah.
I like to eat.
Yeah.
It goes like this.
Yeah. All right, all right, all right.
My name is Gabby.
Yeah.
I like to garden.
Yeah.
It goes like this.
Yeah. All right, all right, all right. Jump in, jump out. Turn yourself around. I said jump in, jump out. Introduce yourself.
And I hope that you will use this with your young people. I think it's such a great warm-up activity, and you get to know about their cultures. I learned one of my students, they actually liked cricket, and that is connected to my culture. I'm from Trinidad, and I had no clue, and we were able to talk about that. Yeah. So amazing warm-up activity.
Yes.
All right, community, please find a partner and stand facing your partner. In 3, 2, 1. Oh, anyone without a partner? Kemba, would you join our friend here? Yes. So, we are going to share stories of a memory, a moment where we travel. So maybe it's a vacation moment, or maybe it's a commuting moment, whatever it may be for you. And I invite you to recall with as much detail that moment. So where you were, who you were with, what occurred. And you're gonna have 60 seconds to share this with your partner. If you are not sharing the story, you're going to be the best listener that you can, just receiving that treasured gift of the story being shared, and then we'll switch. Am I communicating? All right. So please decide who is A and who is B. Yes.
A specific moment that we're sharing, or like one moment from a trip is what you're.
I'm asking for a moment, but whatever that moment, moments can be short, they can be long.
Yeah. Okay.
You have 60 seconds, I will time you. So do we decide who's A and who's B? B, you will go first. You have 60 seconds, and again, A, you are being the
Best listeners ever.
full body listener. Just receive the treasure of the gift. And the end.
And I was trying to and I'm supposed to take
all the way down to LA.
Okay.
And when I was taking the plane, and I ordered a chicken. I think it's a small whole chicken. And there was a couple, American couples sitting in front of me. And I was like,
Just like with all the market culture, and it's like the ground was covered. Like you couldn't even see the dirt. It was all just sweet. And you could smell like everything. And then the sun was like glistening. It was really and magical. I wasn't expecting it. That's the best part. You know, so there's
And pause, please, wherever you are. I'm sorry to interrupt. Pause wherever you are and switch. A's, your turn to share. B's, receive the treasure.
But so I got this cheap ticket that they brought me from Moscow, like from Russia, and I just remember the shoes of the flight attendant were orange, and they just looked so like public restrooms.
Waiting on a line that goes from like one end of the airport to the other end of the airport. Every single flight has been canceled.
Yeah, anyway, around the
when so as we're waiting,
we eat mangoes here.
as we're waiting,
But we don't actually get to eat.
we're not gonna make it. We're talking like during the party, right? During Channie, and some dude in front of us online hears us talking about
Pause, please. Please thank your partner and find a new partner. Cross the circle. Cross the circle and find a new partner. And 5,
I got you.
4, there you go.
Aisha, right?
And 2, and 1. Thank you. Introduce yourselves to your new partner.
Hold on, did you not?
Wait, we gotta
Teacher, they didn't pay attention.
We gotta switch.
We were so into the
We gotta
story.
switch. Get a new partner.
What?
You're gonna have to break somebody up.
We're gonna. Can I? Oh, okay. There you go. There you go. Now, you are not saying goodbye to your story. You're not.
Oh, okay.
You get to tell it again. Yes. Now in 45 seconds. That same story again, but you have 45 seconds. Decide who had. You had 60 seconds last time. Now you have 45. Please decide who is purple and who's green.
I'll be great. You can drink.
And purple, go.
So I went to really to summer, and I was looking at my itinerary. Like, oh, I'm so sad I can only attend like 3 cities. I was in Rome, Florence, and Venice. And then I accidentally went to Tuscany because the library program was going on for Tuscany, but I didn't know that. So my joke is that I accidentally went to Tuscany. Wow.
Just wait. And just
It was incredible. And you found walking barefoot, like things like that. Eating my family or that way, all the materials for school. But I made it all experience, feeling drenched, but not empowered.
Now, green, you have 45 seconds. Please share your story and begin.
So, almost 15 years ago, back in 2010, I was on international tour of Sesame Street.
So I use my Spotify to so there's this one
Thank your lovely partner. Find a new partner. In 3, in 2, in 1. Who is not met? Now, community, you will have 30 seconds this time to tell the same story. 30 seconds. You may choose who will share first. And again, another person to receive that gift of their story. So decide who will share first. When you've decided, show me a thumbs up.
Okay.
30 seconds. Please begin.
So my food is all chicken with a bone. And I don't know how I eat it. So I try to use a fork and knife. It's so clumsy. And there's a couple in front of me asking a while, seeing me eating with difficulty.
Switch!
And I was actually also switch.
Switch!
Okay.
I don't like it. But they know that it's on TV, and I was like, wow.
Very, very pretty, but it was tired.
And pause. Thank you, partners. Thank you very much. Let's make a beautiful circle. Show me a beautiful circle, please. So, any discoveries? What's sticking with you after these shares, either from your own experience or that of witnessing your partner?
Nan told me that she's from China. When she came to America and ordered chicken, because she likes chicken, she ordered the whole chicken. She ordered the whole chicken, she's trying to cut the chicken up with a fork and knife, and then a person kindly told her, just pick it up and eat it. So she picked up the chicken.
And what was your discovery there? Just a receipt of that whole story for you?
I'm never going to order a full chicken again. I'll get like a wing or a breast or, a thigh, something like that.
Thank you.
Smaller parts, yeah.
Discoveries about the storytelling aspect or the stories themselves? Yes.
So revision was part of the process inherently, and it was really neat to see how my story changed with the constraint of time, but also the opportunity to retell it and instinctively choose what to leave out and what to put back in and what to add.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, of course, about how that's something that comes naturally to me as an adult, but also as a theater person, and I'm thinking about my kids and my students and how to help them with that when it might not be as natural to make those choices on the spot.
Oh, what a seamless segue. So we might talk about key words, key moments, those terrible happenings. I'm still going. Am I supposed to?
If you want, or you can just toss it. We're here.
I'll keep it because I feel that that's all right. So please, our wish is for you when after I give the instruction, grab a Post-it note and write down 3 key words, or this key word that stayed with you, and the name of your last partner, please.
Keywords from our own story.
From your own story. The 3 keywords from your own story, because again, you had a chance to tell your story 3 different versions. What are 3 to 4 keywords that stayed, or if they didn't stay, you want to stay, because we're going to be working with those moving forward. And the name of your last partner, because you're going to return to them later on in the session. Am I communicating? All right, please grab a Post-it. Thank you much. Well, thank you for distributing 3 to 4 keywords from your own personal storytelling.
Wait, from the other story?
Your story. You're going to be revisiting your story. 3 to 4 keywords from your storytelling about your vacation experience. If you didn't have any,
Make them up.
make them up. And you want to note the name of your last partner.
Or at least the color shirt they're wearing.
So we're going to return to them. So some way to identify them and make it back to them. And when you are finished, please put your pins
You can put them on the table.
on the table. Thank you.
Yeah, and we're going to gather as a clump.
And then yes, once you're finished, please clump center stage here, facing Helen in the chair. They can go on the
If you want to
table.
pull up a chair, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, exactly. Pull up a chair if you want. I put some really wise notes down here, so I'm going to say them. Storytelling is really interesting. I think they're just really important to recognize that there are so many different kinds of storytellers, different energies, different rhythms, different styles, different reasons to tell a story, and that you are your own individual person. You can steal bits and pieces, but it's still got to be coming from you, from your voice, from your own instinct about what makes a good story. Like, I don't know. I know what makes me feel good about a story. So just recognizing that. But whatever those differences are, I would argue that, because I can, that there are storytelling skills that you can identify, that you can then hone, and then the whole idea is to notice them, think about them, how we use them, and then use them either instinctually or deliberately, like with thought. And I'm going to assume that we all have a sense, like, yeah, I know storytelling skills, but just in case, we thought we would do a little storytelling and have you use your eyes to, one, enjoy the story, but two, just think about consciously and critically, what storytelling skills am I using? So good? Mm-hmm. All righty. Shall we do a little action? It's a long time. All right, all together and 1, 2, 3. Action. That is kind of wimpy. Yeah, let's try to get 1, 2, 3 action. Ready and
1, 2, 3, action!
So once upon a time there was a tiny little kitten, and she was sleeping because she was very, very tired, and she was sleeping in a nice round basket. And she was tired because she'd spent all day like chasing little motes around the floor and staring at the mouse that she knew was hiding behind that door. Or chasing the squirrels out the window because it's just because she was a tiny kid. Made her fall asleep in this nice round basket. And because she was sleeping, she didn't notice that outside the sky had gone from light to dark. And because she was sleeping, she didn't notice that if you looked up in the sky, you might see a big, round, full moon. You might even, if you were looking, see blink, 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 airplanes flying. And if you looked really far away, where there wasn't so much street light and building light and house light, if it was really dark, you could look up and you could see the stars up in the sky. But the little kitten didn't see any of that. You know why? Because she was like a very delicate kitten. The end. The end. So take a breath and just turn to your partner there. Thank you very much. Okay, and just identify what were the storytelling skills that I was modeling. Hopefully, yeah. Just turn to your partners. Yes. There are no rules.
She dramatized the sound, the character.
Yeah, sounds.
Yeah, sound. Different voices, voices.
Physicality.
Yeah, physicality. She's using the hands, motion.
Like this.
I don't know what these are. To make it very vivid. Because she's telling my story. So it's a gesture, but it's very. It's like almost like drawing to scenery. Focal presence.
Focal points, yeah.
Let's all get that.
And pause.
And pause. If we can shift our bodies towards the chart paper over here. I just want everybody, we're just going to popcorn around the room. What were some specific storytelling skills that you observed that Helen did while she was telling the story of the little kitty? Yes?
Gesturing and motion.
Gestures.
No. Repetition.
Ooh.
That was
Imagery. And the description of word, description of how to word it simply. The words that she used made imagery for us. How would I say that?
How would we word that? Ooh. So using words.
Descriptive language?
But it was
that
created.
It was like when she said the stars, and so it was the combination. It wasn't just a gesture. It was she placed them, so almost like painted with the words. So I knew where the stars. I knew where the
yes.
She had environment.
Painted with.
That's into the creating a three-dimensional environment.
That's that.
Also. That was a good one. Okay.
Great.
Good job.
I'm piggybacking off of what you said. Put it into words. Creating what? Creating
A three-dimensional world.
3D worlds. Yes.
Rhythm and pauses.
Ooh.
Yes.
Is there an example that sticks?
A lot of times you're saying, and she was like, you introduced an idea and then pause before doing the sound for it, or pause, like, especially within the repetition, that there would be like this, and we knew what was going to fill in, and you gave us time to know it before you said it. This one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
She had a very dynamic voice. Her
So,
voice was like very, very dynamic, so it had like a lot of like levels and like.
so inflections.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, voice.
Voice.
Yeah. I'm thinking
Yes.
the same thing.
Honestly, there was a little bit of humor in there. Like, there was a laugh when with the repetition, combined with the repetition of the kitten sleeping.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay.
I think going back to creating a 3D world or creating the environment, what I noticed was that she had focal points, and they may not have been preset, but like there were various focal points, so that gave us an indication of like, you know, you're looking underneath something at some point, like based upon where you set your eyes. Yeah, focal points. I said a lot more. Like I feel like focal points. I could have just said that.
Did I spell this right? It's this.
Yes, that's the American version.
Okay, perfect.
Sound effects.
Can you identify one?
The snoring.
I'm very good at that.
Is this a story you wrote?
It is a story based on the text of Kitten's First Full Moon.
Okay, and because I was curious as you were doing it, I'm like, she probably added those sound effects in, right?
Because the book is beautiful, but it's stunningly boring.
Right.
And has very little emotion in it. But that's the difference between a text and storytelling. You get to do that.
Yeah.
The smooth transition between the narrator and the character. So you just jump into the character and then jump into the narrator.
So you're identifying, I was playing two roles.
Yeah.
Even maybe three, because there was the teacher at the very beginning saying, give me a 1, 2, 3 action. There's a storyteller slash, and even the storyteller slash narrator might be different. And then the character.
That word emotion. I'm just gonna add that.
And one last thing I'll ask, because we're going to be working on it. What was I doing with my eyes? I mean, there's some things that are identified in terms of creating a 3-dimensional space or whatever, but
Looking at us.
looking at you. Raise your hand if you felt like I looked at you. So there are times when you look directly at somebody, sometimes you're like, and geez, keep on focusing on me, thank you, I'm back, you know, it's that like, stay with me, but also young people love being seen. And there's that moment of like, I don't have to do that, but there's also the general teacher scan of like, who's getting into trouble? Or am I too long, or is it boring, or whatever, but using our eyes as storytelling tools. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on, I'm just going to lay them out if I can remember, we're going to focus on some storytelling activities that can support storytelling skills. Again, we're working on them for ourselves because we want to be good storytellers in the classroom, but you could eventually translate that into your class with your young people. So the first one we're going to work on is
Eye contact. Our focal points.
Ooh, Channie, come on! I love this activity. Mostly I love the name of the activity. It's like mess with the chair.
Mess with the chair.
Mess with the chair.
So please, I need help. Please. Thank you. Everyone can help. Let's grab a chair or a spot or just, and let's disperse them randomly throughout the room. chairs or blocks dispersed throughout the room. No synchronized way, just in random obstacle course-like setting. Thank you. Give us some space. We're a little blank over here. Can we add something over here? Add something over here. All right. Thank you very much. For those of us that have access with expression through our eyes, it can give a lot of instruction. It can demonstrate a lot of care or observation or ignoring or dismissing. There's so much that can come with making eye contact, and also deference or respect can be given. And there are a variety of cultural practices based on eye contact or not making it. And it can be hard to look at people at times too. So we're going to be working with the objects that can give us one layer of, no one's looking at me, or judging me. It's going to be with these props here, and we're going to include the bench here, okay? So I invite you to, as we're going to make a message here, we're going to scan the room. I'm going to ask you to gently move around the room and just notice each of the pieces. So please, move through the space, noticing each of the pieces here. And when I say the word land, you're going to stop moving and land your eye focus on one of these objects. Land. And move. And land. You're looking at something very specific right now. Now these next rounds, I'm going to give you some more instruction about the way to interact with whatever object you're landing on. And we're keeping it against the chairs, the bench, or the cubes. And please move through the space. Now I invite you to look as if you want to nail it to the floor. Land. We'll nail you to the floor and release it. Move through the space. You will now look at it as if you are curious about it. Land. With curiosity. And release. Next, let's recognize it as an old friend. Land. And release. Notice something's odd about it. Land. And release. They gave you many objects to interact with. Let's empathize with it and land. And release. Let's have a heart-to-heart with it and land. Heart-to-hearts can be easy or hard or require some bravery. And one more, community, you may release. Last one for this round. Let's look as if they are our co-conspirator. Land. And release. All right. Shaky, 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 shaky. Good. Oh. So how is that? What discoveries, challenges, wonderings, things that make you go, or what did that bring up for you?
I love it because I do lots of that where we're walking, I teach elementary school, so we're walking around the room a lot. And I'm focusing on storytelling at the moment, and it's another way to interact with someone that's not going to judge you, that's not going to make you feel awkward or anything like that. Plus, I talk a lot about like, you're not doing this work for everyone else at the moment. This is just your own work. So it gives you a focus that you're only doing this for you, and you can explore things without worrying about what other people are looking at.
Thank you for sharing.
Sure.
What else did you notice about yourself throughout your exercise?
I think he just gave me a reason to see the positivity and being lower, where prior to you stating that, I was thinking if I did this, I mean, the kids are short, so it wouldn't be at the same level, but like I would put different things around the room that would bring them up a little bit, not like up like that, but just like, because that's how then I would transfer it to the stage. You know what I mean? Type of
Yes.
thing. Yeah. But for that reason of feeling like kind of bubbled in, that might be a good place to start, and then move them a little higher or something. Yeah.
I noticed how more of the bodies became involved at different moments, depending on what that emotional or intention or objective was. This is an exercise that was using objective, goal, and relationship. And those are all ingredients we use in our theater life and our everyday human lives. And so some folks, we started to get some levels. So there might be ways for this to then translate into tableau work and all these other happenings as well. And yes, to like what does it mean to also in a world where many of us are here, to have something that's asking us to be here, but then how might we adjust the bodies to then also get that?
Could be various.
Yeah. And well, yes, one more thought before
Oh yeah, so I guess piggybacking, it made me kind of also realize the importance of permission. Because as I was doing one, I was like, this would be so much better if I could just like go, and I was like, oh, but I guess I could have done it.
Yeah. So did you feel like you needed permission from me as the person guiding you, or from yourself?
I guess both, yeah, you know, but yeah, I just.
And I think you're identifying where you could coach a game, coach an activity, explore levels. Or I noticing that you're using levels. See.
More of that.
So, mess with a chair. Next, mess
All
with an
right,
eight.
we are going to play with pitch and rhythm. So this activity is called How Many A's Are in an A? Sounds weird, but there's something to it. So I will start us off. I'm simply going to say A, and the idea is to use different tonalities, inflections, just as Helen modeled earlier with the voice. All right, so I will begin, I will throw it to Helen, then I'll throw it to Channie, and then we'll get started. All right? A! A! A. A. All right, so we get the idea, yeah? So what we're gonna do is we're going to get into groups of, I would say, 4. Yes?
Yeah, I think we've got 15, so we could do groups of 5, so 3 groups of 5, if you want.
3 groups of 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, all right, let's do it. And we're going to explore common phrases that we use within the classroom. For example, great job! How can you say that differently? And thinking about why you say it in the way that you say it, right? How would using a different tone affect the outcome? Yeah? So let's get into our groups, and I would like one person to offer the phrase that everyone will say as we go around. You'll go around your circle, so let's say he begins, we will copy his inflection, and then you'll go, and then somebody else. Is that clear? Yeah? All right, so let's get into groups of 5.
Could you 3 can join these, or these 2? You make 5?
Look at that math, I love math.
Good for you.
Oh, eyes on me, yes, sure.
Oh yeah, there's so many ways to say that. Eyes on me. Okay.
And how do you normally say it? No, just kidding. Eyes on me.
I'm thinking when, you know.
Eyes on me.
Like a,
Eyes on me. That's what I said with middle schoolers. I'm like, eyes on me.
Very nice.
Eyes on me.
With different inflections.
Eyes on me.
God.
Or we do the
phrase with a different inflection? No.
Repeat
I thought it was
words.
I think we're saying
say
whatever
the
the
same
first person
word,
says, you say it
phrase.
different.
They're gonna actually do
Echo.
different.
Echo
But
the inflection. So spotlight, chorus repeats, and then you say same phrase.
Same phrase, different inflection as it goes around. Wait, no.
Oh yes, excuse me.
How are you?
Offer the phrase, different inflection, and then you offer the next phrase.
Beautiful.
There we go.
Alright.
I'll join you.
1, 2, 3.
Start
Eyes on me.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
That's great.
Be quiet.
Let's see. How about
Okay.
If you hear me, clap once.
Hocus Pocus?
If you hear me, clap once.
Hocus
If you
pocus.
hear me, clap once.
Audience, yeah.
Let's try that.
That was
Let's try
amazing.
that again.
Audience.
That was amazing.
That was amazing.
That was amazing.
Let's try that again.
Please sit down.
Please sit down.
Thumbs up, everything what we're saying?
Please sit down.
Please sit
Oh.
down.
Thumbs up. Understand. Like every day. Every all day.
It's like every
Yeah, I
single
grabbed
one.
all of those.
It's like we start here, we go here.
Sometimes I'm just like, okay, you don't need to sit, but just stand. Just stand in this general area. I get it, you're a mover.
Stop it.
Now stop.
That's why I do a lot of the
Now
dancing.
stop if you understand.
All right, and pause. Let's all say that. And pause. Were there any discoveries that you made or notices that you would like to share with the group as you went around?
That we could move through all of those in one class period.
I would say the kids probably think we're ridiculous doing
Whatever it takes. I saw a little eye contact happening too, a little scary eye contact happening over there, so. Yeah. And I think you're trying to break your own pattern and habits. There's something about a ritual, let's say the same town, and then someone's like, it doesn't mean anything. It's like repetition for repetition's sake, or repetition for meaning.
So we don't become
Yeah.
Are we turning him off and thinking that that's what
Because they're not hearing
whoever
you.
that human is?
Yeah, they may not be hearing you because you're not speaking in a way that they can hear. That's a thought. All right, so we had little eyes, we had a little vocal intonation. Now we're going to do character voice, and I stink at character voice. I was never an actor per se. So what I learned was copy. What I did was like copy the people around me. So we're going to do a quick little model, but also just thinking about somebody in your life that has a very distinctive phrase, tone, the way they say it, how they say it, that you're like, oh, that is them, right? Like, so my stepdad, he's Hungarian, British, and he's always right. And he goes, oh, that's too bad. So let's try that. Ready? Oh, that's too bad. And for some reason, I have to put gesture with the things. And again, when I'm storytelling, I remember to do the gesture or the voice, and then it disappeared. But at least it gives us a start. So I just shared my steppapa. Do you have one that you have?
I do. So in my culture, what are you talking about?
Let's all try that. Oh, what are you talking about? And I'm going to also insert just a little cultural awareness. It's going to be a little different.
Correct.
if Kemba shares that with me and I say it back versus if I'm storytelling and I go, oh, what you talking about? Could be a little awkward. Or maybe it's not. But thinking about when we use character voice, when we use accent, and why.
Yes.
There are some tropes out there, right?
Yes.
You know, slow, silent, not smart. But no. But just thinking about those consciously. Channie, do you got a character voice? That's somebody in your world?
You know.
Yeah. So just take a moment, and if you need to like move in the space or sit in the space, just bring to your body and to your voice that character voice. Just we're gonna have one minute. Just speak it out loud. You need to sit. Just for your own character voice. Somebody in your life that you're like, that's exactly who they are. They would recognize it. Who is that person?
My students always say, what did I do?
Yeah. So just you're taking some moment. Vocalize it. Don't just think it. Put it out there. Just practice. It's a group practice. Like
Find your own private space.
Yeah,
Find your own private space.
What did I do? Oh. Really get it down. Like the children. You got it. The children. Oh well. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh well.
Yep. Really get it down. It's
Listen,
strong.
I'm gonna
It's
be
very
real
clear.
honest.
Oh wow.
Well, if you say something.
All right. And so this is what's going to happen. You're going to go up and go, hi. I got to tell you, I have a friend, and he talks like this. Oh, that's too bad. And you're going to be like, oh, man, I've got a friend, and they talk like this. Okay?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Now I can't.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Try it.
What do you mean?
Oh. And then you move on, and you go find somebody else. You're just introducing your friends to each other's friends, all right? So, walk and introduce. So, hi.
I have a friend who will always say, of course, we play this.
And I have a friend who's always like,
Why is that so much fun? I can't wait to see what that is. I have a friend who always say,
well, if you say so.
Walk away.
My friend talks like this.
Listen, I'm gonna be real honest with you.
What do you mean?
of course.
And pause. One more time. And pause. You're bringing the joy of your friends or not, into the space and kind of go. There's so much. And you notice that the physicality, the gesture, and the reason to repeat it is so that you can find it again. Right? That you can land in that phrase. Again, I can't hold a bad Irish accent, but I can have a moment where the story has that phrase. Yeah.
And you can give yourself permission if you do have accents.
Oh, please.
That you do.
Yeah.
Bring them forward. Something that I'm noticing is I often am modeling characters off of people that I know. And I have to be mindful of then if I'm modeling off of someone that I'm perhaps not having a positive experience with. No, really, because then like, what's the world of this becoming like actually a therapy exercise for me? And like, can I get rid of that in order to take the structure with me? Or is that what's needed? You never know. So think about the context. Are you gonna be in the room with that person and they feel like you're making fun of versus honoring. And then that will also depend on the story or the moment that you're doing. Like, how many times might we find ourselves mimicking our students? But in that nanny nanny boo boo kind of, I'm gonna say a dig versus a celebration of mirroring. Mirroring is different than poking fun at. I was just moved to say that. That came to me through.
And can I offer something there as well? And your kids mirroring you.
Hey.
We've seen that.
Right?
Yeah.
You're
So
walking by and
also,
you're
yeah.
playing principal. Sweet. Thank you for that. We're going to throw it back over, but I will also be a model for sound and gesture.
Yes, please.
Oh yeah, get your little pieces.
So now we're returning to our post-it notes. And we're going to apply these skills now to our 3 to 4 keywords. So there were, what were some of the...
Before we do that, we model sound and gesture.
Oh, we model, thank you. So the sound and gesture, Helen, what were some of the sounds and gestures that are still sticking with you from Helen's storytelling?
Brown. We have it over here.
Brown.
Let's all do that.
Let's
Yeah.
open.
Round.
It's like a round basket.
Basket. Round basket.
So the idea of a sound and a gesture, and somebody sort of laid into that, it's about illustrating the words. We were talking before about sometimes working with multi-language students. So paint a picture with your body, with your voice. So for instance, I said she was tiny. Tiny. Even the voice is like, if she was tiny. Because in our world, is it the same or different? No. Is it the same or different? What was another one?
Blink.
Basket. Oh, yeah. The stars were blink, 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 blink. And when you put a sound and a gesture to a word, there's no rule. There's no like sound and gesture police going. No, it has to happen at the same time. It can happen before. There was a wind, or she was tiny, or there were stars. Blink, blink, blink. It just, you feel where it sits. Make sense?
Some of those naturally emerged in our introductory activity.
Yeah.
Jump in, jump out, or what we like to do. And we, as artists here, we are very familiar with sound and gesture. So now, team, we're going to apply all of these skills to your 3 to 4 keywords, and you're going to have a chance to retell your story. That's our destination in incorporating these 3 to 4 keywords with their sound and gesture. And also practicing our eye contact and landing. And third, also, voice, our character voicing. But first, you can find a private spot to practice your sound and gestures for your keywords. If you're not feeling the words you have, change them. But right now, we're going to take about a minute to assign sound and gesture to your keywords. And go. I'm going to give you a chain minute. I won't look at the clock.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll give you
I should be hearing voices too. Practicing without voices, y'all. Your storytelling.
And maybe if you add some more words, letters.
You're stuck, holler, on the brain. Don't be scared to use your full voice. Nobody's listening to you. Don't be whispering. There's a whole class of 30 kids wondering why they can't hear you. Go ahead.
Because of the culture of giggles, what I saw on TV, was 8, 9,
And it seems like we all have at least 2 gestures, yes? Now add in the layer of mess with the chair, the landing and scanning, the focal points. Incorporate that next layer now.
Yeah, where were you looking while you were practicing it? At your knee, at your feet? Now open that up.
Yes, and if you want to practice with a group of the props here, you're welcome to do so.
Also, still can't hear you, come on. This is what I call the Tower of Babel. So here's my remote control, here's the volume. Ready? And then louder. Louder. Come on.
Commercial interruption, Tower of Babel interruption. Now we're adding voices, your character voices, which may mean you may need to add a character, and that's all right.
So there may be a short version of the story.
Yes, so this is going to be a short version of your story now, incorporating all of these elements. You're going to have 1 to 2 passes right now on your own, and then we'll check in with you and see how we go about sharing more further. Am I communicating? Babel!
China was on my train and I ordered a whole chicken. And there was a couple sitting in front of me and I was thinking, how am I going to eat it? Because back then, I will, if I would do
Well, maybe a different point where you all the way.
And pause.
Let's all say that.
And pause.
Thank you.
Please find your partner. That you wrote your last partner, you wrote their name or signifier. It's a reunion! It's a reunion!
How are you? Long time no
Hooray! All right, it's only 30 seconds, so we've done this before. We've done this dance before. Choose who goes first and share your 30-second version of your travel vacation moment. And then we'll all reflect on it.
The one thing I'm going to invite you to do is if you want to sit, sit. If you've got a piece of paper in your hand, put it away. Free up your body. And the one thing, if you're sitting, as I like to say, embarrass your mama. Do not sit like this.
Close body.
Put your butt on the edge of it so it opens up your body. Yeah?
Which will open up your voice, which will open up
The
your
story.
energy.
Yeah.
Yes.
You all right?
You might not get up.
Okay.
You don't know where you're going to have to pivot.
So find a space, give yourself some space so you're not in everybody's. And you got,
begin.
Yeah.
was amazing. The experience from top to bottom.
It was like that.
Switch on your own.
One time I was flying to Barcelona, but first I had to make a stop in Russia. Long story short, I got kicked off the airplane.
In the airport to a long line of the terminal at LaGuardia, and everyone is getting frustrated and angry because things are canceled. And we're sitting there getting more frustrated. And the dude turns around and goes, "A polar action. I have a line. I can help you." And puts us on the phone. A long wait to book 3 flights from
10 years ago. Yeah. It seems like everyone has naturally gone into giving each other some responses and feedback, yes? Let's bring that just to the open space for everyone with our last 5 minutes. We're already at 5 minutes, so please make yourself as comfortable as possible.
First of all, you're going to run the And with the storytelling, it's things that you observed or things you discovered about your own storytelling skills or the storytelling skills of your fabulous partners.
Well, I can talk about the storytelling skills of my fabulous partner. First of all, you can tell a successful storyteller when you are like this. When she first told me the story, I did not have those reactions. I go, okay, yeah. This time around, I was so engrossed. I had facial expressions. I literally did, like, naturally. I wasn't even pretending. I was like, oh my God. So the way that she honed in on adding those skills into telling her story was so fabulous, well positioned, right? The inflections, using her body language, and it really created a very much more impactful story. So I just wanted to
My partner Nick, he talked about his trip to Italy. For the first time, I was just saying all those words, but this time he's using his, his gesture and turn the direction. I feel like he was taking me on the trip with him, and after the story, I want to know what happened.
Yeah, and I'm also going to throw out for people whose English is not their home language, practice this in your home language. Ask your young people to use their own language. I'm pretty okay storyteller in English. If I have to do it in Spanish, I have to think so hard about it. So finding the freedom of being like, oh, I don't have to worry about that, and then reply. Yeah.
When Irene and I went, we both did different things. I realized that I told the story just with the gestures, and I didn't add a narrative, and she did. And I was just thinking about that and the choices and how sometimes the gestures and the sounds can speak for themselves, and then sometimes the narration is helpful. So I don't know, it was something that just was revealed to me.
Because it's not wrong or right.
Yeah. It gave me 2 ideas of ways I could do it.
Anyone watch Ted Lasso?
Yeah.
So what you make me think of is the bit between Ted and his number 1. Sometimes they don't have to say much. So there's a relationship with folks where a few words are needed, but you can say 3 words and they're all like, you would have thought it was a year's worth of information. That's what I'm thinking of, what you're speaking to. It depends on the relationship, the group, the context.
And you're developing a physical language. And only because we've got no time, but I just want to sort of articulate why. Why develop our storytelling skills? Well, what are we doing? All right, everybody, get on the line. A half of you are there and a half are there. All right, we're going to play a game. One group here. The other group here. Get online. Here or here. Just It's just a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Finding and illustrating our directions. Going into class. All right, everybody, when you come in, you're going to put your water bottle. All right, everybody, you're going to come in. Put your water bottle on the wall. You're going to put your coats on the thing, and you're going to put your lunch boxes underneath the chairs. Okay, go. All right, first, let's all do that. First, that's my catchphrase. First, we're going to put our water bottles on the shelf. We're going to put our water bottles on the shelf. Second, we're going to take our knapsacks and hang them up. Take our knapsacks and hang them up. And then third, we're going to sit in the circle. We're going to sit in the circle. You're all ready? Because the first thing we're going to do is what?
Put our water bottles on the shelf.
Okay, let's do number one. Put our bottles in the sun. Put our bottles in. Like, talk, you know? Like, keep on, like, saying the thing. Put our bottle on the shelf. Put our bottles on the shelf. Like, yeah, like, why not? Because if we don't hear it, they don't hear it. Step-by-step directions and using all our body to illustrate those. Finding the drama in the game. The game's fun, but the setup could be like, oh, like, there are some games that are so complicated, but using story. So there's a game called Sheep and Shepherds. Let's all say that, sheep and shepherd. What sound does a sheep make? And a shepherd, who can tell me what a shepherd is? Oh, yeah, because what's his job?
He just basically tells the dog where to go.
Oh, he's lazy, he just tells the dog. Let's all do that. So you got the sheep, what sound do they make? And then we got the shepherds who goes, they're in charge of keeping the sheep safe. So the sheep, so you're going to be half of the sheep, I'm going to be the shepherd, and it's like epic. But how do you keep the tension in the story? How do you physicalize? How do you illustrate what you're asking the young people to do? What did Shakespeare say? Sound, it's a gesture. And all those storytelling skills that you already have, just think about intentionally using it. I'm just going to throw one last question because there's been talk about assessment and evaluation and right? Like, how do you know this was effective? If you were running these things with your young people, what are some of the things that you would look for to indicate that the activity was successful?
That they're also doing the sounds and gestures.
Their ability to retell the story. And I think that these things help them remember the story.
If it has a beginning and an end, maybe?
Whether or not it's a
Yeah.
good story.
Right.
But yeah.
Beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah.
If it has like a certain number of characters.
Like, how could you do it differently?
Yeah. What percentage are engaged? Some young people will be better at the gestures, some will be better at the focus. It's everybody's body is different. They are different kind of storytellers than you are. And what we're doing is just opening up the toolbox of storytelling skills. What makes a good story? I do not know. I know what makes a good storytelling for me. That's it. Partners, anything?
Thank you for allowing us to be with you all. We are at time.
Absolutely. And you rock.
Yeah. And the outline of the activities is in the handout you got. Yeah.
Thank
So,
you.
how about that?